What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Card Hedge podcast. I don't know what the hell that is on my arm. We're not gonna worry about it though. Welcome everybody. So we're a little late this week on our podcast, but fear not, as JD is doing a phenomenal job of keeping us on track. I swear, dude, if it wasn't for you, this sink would ship horrible.
It would.
Yeah.
You would be like a hurricane in Houston.
I fully acknowledge. Yeah, I fully acknowledge that you are the glue that's holding this podcast together.
Well, and in fairness to you, like normally I'll gladly rip on you, but you got some crap going on. So all good, man.
Yeah, I had a few things jumping off this week, so yeah,
all good.
And usually I have a pretty strict regimen. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are my workout days because Tuesdays are completely shot, and then Thursdays we record. My daughter has soccer practice, so any shift in that dynamic at all completely throws everything out. And then of course you know about what happened Wednesday with us. So it was completely a cluster this week. But I'll tell you what, exactly. I'll tell you what, one of the things that we got a comment in one of our videos last week, or one of the podcasts last week, where I can't remember who it was, and we'll acknowledge them completely when I figure out who it was. But they left a comment and they said, "Hey, I look forward to this."
Oh yeah. That was Jim week. F, right?
There you go. Jim is who it was.
Jim F.
Right.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oakland A's Jim.
That's right. Yeah. And he said,
and I got a message last night, dude, late night on Instagram from someone, Blades of Steel.
Okay.
Shout out to Blades of Steel. Same thing, man. I was like, wow. I'm not joking. Like it's like humbling that
absolutely.
You guys care enough
to
for
push
what us two morons have to say. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are.
That's what we are. Just a couple of dummies just sitting here talking shit about sports cards, which is great.
And before we get going, we are going to get better at this. We need you to like. We need you to comment. We need you to subscribe. We need you to download the app. We need you to freaking review it. We need some help on that stuff.
Yes.
Not crazy, but we definitely need some people with some reviews or whatnot. So let's go. Let's Card Hedge is moving like at warp speed right now. We've hired a bunch of people. Our database is growing massive. It's a lot of good things going. So let's keep that. We got to get better at that. So
we do.
We're done with at least the pumping of
paying the bills.
Paying the bills.
Yeah, because we sold out, right? I mean, that's what we did.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
We're total sellouts, right?
Yep.
And our opinions aren't our opinions; they're the opinions of the company that's bought us.
Yes.
We are completely owned by Card Hedge.
Yes.
JD.
Yes, we are. What do they call that? Like, what do they call that in the corporate world? Like,
I don't know.
Like corporate greed or whatever. Like where you just sell out
I'm a corporate shill.
Yeah. Hey, do you ever hear of this?
Oh, come on. Did I ever hear of this? You know that?
I don't know what goes on down in Texas.
Oh, dude, that is what goes on down in Texas. Yeti was invented here in Spring, Texas.
Was it really?
Dude, hell yeah.
No swearing. We're going to try not to get.
We're going to try out. I almost did it.
We're going to try.
Hold on.
So the other thing I got to do too, before I forget, is I need to shout out my boy Van. Met him on Facebook. He's a big 90s collector.
Nice.
Sells me a lot of cards.
My kind of guy.
Now that I think about it, I'm not really sure he's ever bought anything from me. But I just got a nice little lot in from him. And I will show that lot later tomorrow on my channel. Next video coming out. So head on over to JD Sports Cards and subscribe there too.
Yep.
Good lot, man. I got like 20 something cards from him. So
was that big trade you were talking about?
No.
That's a monster trade.
That's coming, buddy.
A little sneak peek there for you folks.
Yeah, there's set a record on we had that dude. We had our boy Mark from my card post on earlier this year.
Yeah.
I really like the site, man.
I still got to get busy on there, man.
I'm not as busy on there as I'd like to be, but I'll tell you what. And I guess we'll start here because we're
let's jump right into it.
When you and maybe other people feel this way, but when cards aren't moving on old eBay. It's
Mhm.
nice to have an option, whether it's my card post, whether it's Arena Club or whatever. It's
Mhm.
something else out there that I don't even know about, you know about, where
Right.
you can trade cards. Nothing. I just turned my collection upside down.
Yeah, it's a new
uh,
avenue. Yeah.
yeah, you
If you
know,
can't sell your collection, then the best
right.
thing that you can do if you're still
Yep.
looking to be a collector is shake your collection up. Make
Yes.
some
Yep.
trades.
Yep. Make some trades. And again, like we've talked about, I'm so busy. It's like I didn't even realize there was a card show last weekend. Missed it. I've just given up. I throw in the towel
On card shows?
on being able to get to card shows. I can't. It's like maybe this summer I'll get to one, but um, this is my next best thing is being able to do these kind of deals,
Yeah,
and even more so like with someone that you trust and have made multiple deals with. It's just that much easier
yeah,
because you
because you
can
know the guy.
yeah, and you both can push the envelope a little bit as far as like let's get crazy. And that's what just happened. And I'm going to talk about that more um, on my channel as well. I don't want to take up, this channel's time as
Yeah,
well, but epic trade, 27 card trade. And I'll go into detail on it over on my channel. So,
nice. Good stuff, man.
but we
Always
get
good to have
some,
another avenue.
it is, man. It is. It is. And
Austin,
fire, great
Texas.
week this week too. Like I'm like
Yeah, yeah, you're pumped
feeling
up.
good about my cards, like
Feeling
things are
good about what you
selling.
got?
Things are selling like mad. Buying like a little bit, like not too much, but
So,
and
I
that trade just changed the game a little bit for me. So
it kinda gave you
yeah,
some better juju, right?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, I had a slow week. Um, I sold maybe 1 or 2 on Monday, and then I was just bone dry for the rest of the week.
Yep,
And then this morning, I woke up and I had, like, 9 offers on, like, 9 different things.
yep.
Um,
Yeah, I had a few this morning too.
7 or 8, I think, like, 7 of them I accepted just because they were pretty decent offers. They were within 15-20% of what I was asking, so
Yeah.
that's an automatic yes,
Yep.
And then there was a couple of them that I was like, "No, I kinda want my asking price," and we're kinda
Yep.
they didn't get close enough, but, um, yeah, so just in a flurry between last night and this morning, um, we had quite a few sales, so
Good.
doing pretty
Good.
good, but I was digging through some old boxes back here, dude. I have, like, a ton of boxes back here, and
Yep.
I was just going through some stuff, and I found some of these hand cut stickers,
Ooh, I love those. The
my
paninis.
Jordans.
Yep.
Look at the I mean, just
Yep.
I got a lot full of them.
What is that? 91 panini.
This was 9091 Panini sticker
Yep.
set.
Yep.
Yeah,
Remember buying those
9091.
at the grocery store, bro.
Oh, dude,
Like
these are the
remember
best.
you'd buy the little book.
You gotta buy the magazine, right? Like the
Yeah.
whole yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
used to beg my grandma to buy the book, and then, like, half the time she wouldn't, and then when yeah, yeah, oh, yeah,
Well,
I have all these. Yep,
Larry Legend,
yep.
you know?
See, like, I think things like that, dude, like, are just really cool and things that just fly under the radar.
Just way
Um,
completely agree. Way
you
under the
know?
radar. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is, like, maybe it's, like, sticker shock from the last couple years of
Yeah.
prices where you're having to like really if you're cheap like you and me,
Right.
you're really having to do your work to
Yeah, yeah,
find
yeah, yeah. Looking for the
something.
value.
Yeah, and now I feel like there's just so much value all over the place that
Yeah,
like my head wants to explode.
I agree.
So like it's a I pricing, whatever, dude. I don't necessarily like people that are complaining about that stuff. Like this is to me is like it's like Christmas every day because
Yeah,
it's like too
exactly.
much,
Well,
you
but
know?
that's what we've been talking about, right? What we've been talking about, and this is kind of one of the things that I've mentioned several times just in some of my other videos, is how the market being down overall, right, is really like
Yep.
it's a two-sided thing, right? Because the people that bought at the high end, but bought because they were trying to make investments or they were buying them as alternative assets, they're hurting right now, right?
Yes.
But those of us who were pretty like collector driven and buying for the passion typically look for the good deals.
Yep.
So we weren't buying when things were high,
Right.
right? And so now we're just kind of sitting at the bottom and waiting for some of these things,
Yeah,
waiting for the
baby.
prices to get
And
to
they're
us.
there, like, and I think, like, those prices are there, and I even think on some of the, like, the rarer things of, like KG and stuff, right? Like,
Right,
they're still like, expensive,
right,
500 bucks, 600 on some of those things, right?
right.
But I think that that's, like, a really strong price, man. Like, from
Like
where
that's
that card like, a card like that was
right.
to now, dude, like, it's
Like
just
I think what we're starting to see is like the appreciation of the true all-star Hall of Fame veterans, right? That are starting to
yeah,
get some love and some appreciation. And then the true marketplace for the unproven kids that have been getting hyped up the last 2 or 3 years, right?
yeah.
So
Yep.
you take Luca, you take Zion, Ja, you take all these people. I mean, aside from the fact that Ja did some really stupid stuff, and we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, oh,
But
we are gonna get into that.
so you're starting to see almost like a market correction, right? Where the guys who have actually done stuff, the guys who are going to be Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Famers, getting the type of love that they should have been getting from the hobby from the beginning, which I feel like they would have gotten it had money and investment not been such a big thing, right? Because the reason why we saw so many transactions. The reason why the pop reports on Zion are the highest they've ever been for any card is because there was hype and there was a lot of transactions and there was a lot of, FOMO
Right,
purchasing going on, right? And there was a
right.
lot of that going on. Meanwhile, all these true Hall of Fame veteran championship pedigree players were just being overlooked. Nobody was
Yeah.
looking at them, right?
It's
And
silly.
it's very silly. It made no sense. I mean, I think I may have done 1 or 2 videos on it in the past, like when I first started the channel. There's a lot of people out there that did a lot of videos about it way back in the past that they were maybe
Yep,
even buying back then because
yep.
everything was so cheap. And now everybody's like, well, that was kind of stupid. We probably shouldn't have done that. But you know what? You know who is badass? KG. You know who is badass? Sean Kemp. You know
Yep,
who is badass? Penny Hardaway, Michael
right.
Jordan,
Yep.
Charles Barkley. People are like somebody on the Facebook group threw up a Manu Ginobili uh collection that I was like, holy crap, I completely forgot about Manu Ginobili.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
he was
completely
nasty.
forgot about Parker and like just all these guys that are like true Hall of Fame
Yep,
veterans, champions, MVPs that should have been getting love. And now
yep.
they're getting it and their prices are where they're supposed to be. And some of these kids that are unproven and still a little wet behind the ears, their prices are kind of going back to where they should have gone, which is below those Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and, like a kid like you look at Zion, right? You and I were live one night, we bought the Epic Prism, and, that turned into an epic disaster.
Got mine right here,
Um,
baby.
I think I already got mine, got rid of mine.
You already got rid of
Um,
yours.
why yeah, a while ago. Um,
I'm holding strong.
but, like, you look at, like, the NBA, current NBA,
Mhm.
and I try hard to, like, watch basketball and whatever, and the playoffs have been okay.
They've been okay.
Celtics have been doing all right. Like,
No, they
they're up
have
and
not.
down. Well, the last couple games. Um, but, like, a guy like Jimmy Butler, like, reinvigorates me into basketball because he's, like,
So
old school.
let me interject there. Jimmy Butler is from Tomball, Texas, and
Yep.
Tomball, Texas is 3 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah, didn't he
Jimmy
grow up in, like, a
Butler
box truck or something?
Jimmy Butler is a hometown hero here.
Yeah,
So, that's
he's
where my
just a
rooting interests are.
he's a throwback to the '90s.
He's Michael Jordan's
Like,
son, you know that, right?
yeah, oh, yeah. Yep, 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 he looks just like him too.
It looks just like him, and pay attention to that fadeaway shot that he hit
Yeah,
that was a dagger.
yeah, yep.
Very
Hey.
Jordan-esque.
Hey, all whatever, right? But you look at, like, right, the perfect example. You look at a guy like Jimmy Butler, and let me move this so I can talk and look at the same time.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler.
Butler's 2012, right?
telling you, that's got to be Jordan's kid. There's no way.
So
Because
you can pick up.
after Grant Williams got in his face like that, you just saw
Yeah, oh yeah.
the look on his face
Yep.
that was like, okay, I got you.
Yep.
And like Michael Jordan said, it's easy to talk when you're up. Talk when you're down.
Right.
That's how you tell me you got that dog in you, is when you talk when you're down.
You can grab a 2012 Panini Prism base Jimmy Butler PSA 10 for $265. Silvers are $2,750, and the greens are $2,000 right now.
Look at his prices. His prices are going up, up, up,
Well,
and up.
they should be, right? So this is a classic case though of I wouldn't buy him right now.
No, now's not the time.
Like I do think this is a card that you should have in your collection.
Agreed.
Right? But this is a wait. You know, if you look at
Where am I at here? Card prices.
Wow, this card got up to $1,000 back in fake February.
Did you say fake February?
Yeah, I call that February 2021 fake February. Actually, no, before that, in 2020, it got up to $1,000.
Yeah, so we're looking.
So like, that must have
we're
been
on
that,
Card Hedge, by the way, folks.
That must have been the Card Hedge. It's not on my screen, but if you go to all, yeah, there you go. Look at that.
That was $1,000 cards back in fake February.
Nah, that's fake 2020. That looks like the bubble though. Was that the bubble right around September? That was.
I want to say you're right.
Bubble time.
Yeah.
So actually, you know what it was, because the Celtics and the Heat played in the bubble.
That's right.
They were the Eastern Conference Final. And that's right, because Jason Tatum went to dunk on Bam Adebayo and Bam blocked him, which was
Bam rejected him. Thoroughly rejected.
But if you come in here, right, and you look at this and you kind of go through Heat playoff runs and things like that, you know, yeah, all right, this card was down. Now it's back up again, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, if you look at it, this is interesting. June, July, August. So August was peak. August, September was peak in 2020.
Yeah, that was the bubble.
That was bubble. And then here we go again. August, September had a little bit of a run up here.
Yep.
And this little section here. And then here we are again, August, September of 22. And now here we are again, August, September 23. So yeah, they coincide, right? Little jump ups here and there.
Yeah.
They didn't make Eastern Conference Finals last year. They got eliminated. Yeah, so that's why there's no run up in 21 or 22, sorry. But in 23, this man is as advertised. Himmy bucket.
A little bit of a run up in August.
A little bit, yeah.
Of 22, right?
Yeah,
but
right here.
Since then, you know, it dipped during the season.
Yeah.
And then, you know, playoff time. I mean, so it's kind of clear, right? You know, you can see when to buy a basketball card and when to potentially sell it.
Right. Yeah, but if you want to buy for your collection, for the PC,
yes,
then you buy dead in the middle of off season, right?
Yep.
And then
this card will probably, you know, if they go to the finals, which they're in the driver's seat, right?
It'd be a $350 card.
I don't know. Maybe I could see 3.
Yeah,
if 350. If it gets to 350, that'd be pretty solid.
Yeah.
But then it's like, where does it regress to, right?
Yeah. In the off season.
If it gets back to 350, you're looking at maybe a 250 card, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if $100 comes out of it at that point.
Well, but it's like they've talked about on some of these young kids, right? Like the reason why Luka cards are going down is because, I mean, sorry, not Luka. The reason why, like Mahomes,
well, his cards are going down.
His cards are going down. But what I'm getting at is like Mahomes, for example, he just won again, right? But his cards really didn't move that much, and the reason is
those things are baked in.
They're baked in, right? Exactly. Right. But a guy like Jimmy Butler doesn't have anything baked in his card prices, right? Because nobody's, you know, maybe even Tatum might have 1 or 2 championships baked in, but a Luka's got like 5 or 6 baked into his prices. You know what I mean? They thought
Yeah,
he
if
was
you look,
gonna
right?
be white Jesus,
Yeah, Luka's just not.
but he's not.
Luka's
He's not getting there.
Luka's gonna get out of Dallas.
Yeah, or they got to blow that whole team up and start from scratch.
If you look though, right, dude? Uh, why can't I?
Who are you looking for?
I'm trying to add another. Hang on.
Jimmy
Hang
Bucket.
on,
Let
it'll
me see
come.
the guy. You know who else I like is Lowry.
I can't stand Kyle Lowry.
What?
Oh my god, I hate that guy. Oh
Lowry? No, Lowry right there. Yeah, there it is.
yeah, like Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. I was just about to say that too.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. We are so dating ourselves. Good stuff.
Why can't I
17 Panini Prism Silver. Well, his card prices ain't doing nada.
why
That can't be right. We have to look at that.
what's that?
Kyle Lowry's PSA 10 Silver Prism going for $7.80. That can't be right.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it said. Dude, jaw prices are
Well,
tanking. $60.
What's his PSA 10 at?
$60 on a base PSA 10 Prism. Look at that trajectory. Good God Almighty. I mean, talk about a fall from grace. This was a $955 card at the peak, and it is now $40.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, dude?
$64. Yeah. That's
All
nice.
right, so here you go. Here you go. Perfect example. Tatum's 2017 Prism is sitting at
Prism.
$225.
Yes, sir. $225 current PSA 10. Look at that pop count though, dude. 6,080.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler was like 600 something.
862 or I think it was.
Yeah,
just under 1,000. Well, it just shows you the difference, right? And this is the 17. So this is kind of a good comparison, right? In a lot of different ways.
Well, let's look at the comparator. This is one of the beautiful things.
That's what I'm doing.
Card Hedge.
So think about this, right? 2012, Panini wasn't printing a ton of crap, right?
Right.
And you see that with the base Jimmy Butler. There's only 862 10s. Tatum is what did you say was like 6,000?
Yes.
So it's like 6,000 and change. 17 was the last year really where they weren't going nuts. Because in 18 they went bananas.
Right, in 18 is when they went bananas. Yeah.
So from 12, you got less than 1,000. Call it 1,000 just for round numbers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to 17, the last year of whatever, and the card's still 6x'd in 5 years as far as production goes. Just on the pop, just on the PSA pop alone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, yeah, they still weren't printing that much, but yeah, they were printing some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's interesting.
But that 2012 Jimmy Butler is. I wonder what wax 2012 Prism wax is going for right now.
So of these two cards, which would you rather own?
Heart aside,
you got $300. You got to buy one.
$300. I got to buy one. I'm probably going Tatum. Tatum's younger. Tatum's got a little more upside, and I kind of feel like Buckets has got maybe 2 more good years in him.
Yep. All right.
So
I would probably go Tatum as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I would. I really would like to get a Panini Prism green Jason Tatum.
Oof.
But they're big cash.
Big cash. Yeah, you're talking big money.
Like, I was looking at the 9s. I think they're like $800, $900.
2012, 13 Prism sealed box.
Yeah,
Dude, look
they're
at
like
that.
9.
3 packs of sealed 2012, 2013 Prism, $215.
Oh yeah, sure.
Get out of town. $6,500 for a box. $80,000 for a case. 90,000, 80,000 for a case. I wonder
Yeah,
what they would really go for though. Like if you were really looking to buy a box.
well, probably a few grand, right? I mean, wax is still pretty high.
Yeah.
Wax
I
is
mean, a
still
sealed
pretty
box,
high.
they got it for 6,500 or better offer. And then a case of it, which is 12 hobby boxes, they got it for 80 grand. I mean, could you make your money back that way? Let's say you hit.
No,
That's the first
nope.
year of Prism, though, JD.
You couldn't.
You don't think so?
No. You would need everything to come out of that box be a PSA 10.
Not only that, but you would need everything that comes out of that box to be gold or better.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, because even at 10 boxes, that's 8,000 a box. So 12 boxes is what? 5, like 6.5, right?
Yeah,
Six and a
something
half
like that.
thousand dollars a box.
Yeah, but
So
six and a
what are you
half
getting?
thousand dollars a box, right? So
What are you getting out of that box? Each box is going to pay for it.
you'd have to
Because
hit at least
you only get one silver or something like that, dude.
right. One silver and then green, I think we're only in retail boxes.
Retail, right?
Yeah.
So you can get a gold,
So you can either get a gold, a black, or a silver. That's
right?
it.
You're not,
That's what I
and
love
that's what I'm
about that
saying.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, it's simple,
Yeah. It's a
but you're
simple
not
set.
getting $6,500 worth of value out of that.
No, with
So,
grading fees and all that crap.
yep,
Yeah.
nope, not even close.
I mean, you hit a LeBron, it might be worth a couple grand.
Yeah,
No, you're not. Yeah, you're just not making your money back. It's not
the
even worth
Tatum.
it.
So, like, before we get into Ja a little bit, I owe this dude Neo Sports Cards and Comics. I gotta give him his due on this one thing. A couple years ago, we were chatting, and he was telling me about color match being so important on these cards, right? And I
Mhm.
was like, dude, no, they're not. Yeah, that's just
Being
whatever.
important in what sense, though? Like,
It's like
it's
as
gonna
far
be
as
what people are
like
gonna go after or
like
what?
yeah, yep. And because I don't think you can color match every team, or can you? Well, maybe now you can with the 3
Well, now
bajillion
you can
prisms.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
now you
yeah.
can. But like a perfect example, right? Like the green prism for Tatum.
Right.
That's a money card. The blue
Well,
prism for Luca,
but it's
money card.
the purple, the green for Tatum is a money card because back then there wasn't that many parallels.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's still like it's exponential. So like a
Yeah.
green, so a green is 10x. No, a green is 100x. No. Jesus. What's my problem here with math today?
Don't ask me about math, Bucko.
So a green PSA 10 Tatum is 8.8 times more expensive than a base PSA 10 Tatum. That's about
Jeez.
right. About
Yeah.
10 times.
About 10. Yeah.
So like I don't, and I think with a guy like Tatum with the green like that with the Celtics and Celtics fans, like it's just a cool
Oh
card.
yeah, dude. Yeah,
It's
of
just
course.
such a cool card.
I'm in the same boat with red prisms and Shengun.
Right. The problem there with red prisms. Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking baseball.
Yeah.
Basketball red prisms aren't numbered, are they?
I think the fast breaks are numbered to 299.
Okay, some of them are numbered, but some of them aren't.
Yeah, and then there's the T-Mall Prism, and then
Yeah.
there's the Red Wave, and then there's the Red Cracked Ice, which is retail.
Yeah,
So
but I'm
like,
just talking like a red. Is there just a
Yeah,
red somewhere?
the red is to $2.99, I think, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. The base
So
red is to $2.99.
so that adds a little bit, right?
Right,
Because,
to the chase.
especially on a color match
Right, right.
and a shorter print like that,
Yeah.
that makes that card a little bit more like, hey, I don't know, to me. But anyway, I just got to say to Neo, you were right on that one. I'll give you that. I'll tip my
Yeah,
hat.
red is to $2.99, cracked ice is not numbered, and, red wave is not numbered, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't think so. To me, what are your thoughts? I think a color match is just a solid color.
So it
Once you get
depends.
in once you get into these waves and shimmers and
Yeah.
whatever, I
So
don't
the
I
whole
to me that's not that you're getting now
now you're getting funny, right?
you're getting funky on it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
So
It's
so
like
to
the
me
alternate jersey.
yeah, so to me, what's important if I'm gonna go for color matched is to go for the best color match. So in my case, it's the red to $2.99, right?
Right, the true red or the
The
true
true
green
red
or
to
the true
2.99.
blue,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in that case, you're getting the best color match
Yep.
card in what
Yep.
is to be considered the premium set, right?
Yep.
Which is Prism, right? Um, I have like 2 or 3 of them, but all of them, the centering is complete dog poop, and
Yeah,
so
dog poop.
it's like I gotta wait for a good one, you know? Um,
So, all
so
right.
yeah.
Well, since we're talking, but we're still talking basketball here. Uh, let's go to Ja because I
Which
wanted to
one?
talk about Ja.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about Ja because you did a video the other night, and you were talking about you were buying up Ja. And
Yep.
as I was watching that, I said to myself, dude, why are we partners? Um, and not because I dislike Ja or anything like that, but I I I don't think now's not the time to buy Ja. If you feel like he's gonna come back and be like accept now. Well, a couple of things to keep in mind here, right? Cards down now 60% in the last 80 days. But when did he get his gun thing again? Last month, like in
Was
the last
like
30
last
days?
weekend. Yeah, no
So
no,
we'll go
so
last 30 days.
yeah. Yeah, last 7 days.
All right.
It
Last
happened last
7 days,
weekend.
the cards down another 23% in the last 7 days, right?
Yeah, agreed.
I look at this dude and I don't necessarily care or have a problem with people buying Ja. I think that you need to wait a little bit because I
Yes,
think he's going to get suspended um,
yes,
at least for half a season, if
yes,
not longer. Um,
yes, I agree.
and I think at that point, when maybe in the summertime or what, maybe next winter, um, whatever that is. But I would buy before the end of before whatever the suspension is. So if it's a 50 game season, if it's a half, or I'm sorry, if it's a half of a season,
Yeah, was it
that window to
36 games or something like that?
buy is going to be like,
Halfway through his suspension until the time
no,
he comes
I
back.
don't even think that. I don't even think that because there's too many eyeballs and there's
Mm,
too many available, right?
mhm,
So I think that the window to buy him is going to be once the suspension's announced
mhm,
till the start or maybe like the first month into the season. After that, I think you're going to start seeing prices start to tick back up because
mm,
the anticipation is going to be there that in January or February by the All-Star game he's going to be back and
in full swing.
then here you go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Um and then if he starts playing well, then you've missed your boat, right?
yeah.
And by all means, he should play well.
Yeah, of
Um
course. Yeah,
he
the fact
should.
that he can play basketball is not what's in question here, right? Like, the
Right.
kid is amazing, right?
Yep. No, he can play.
Um,
He can
a
play.
absolutely a talented basketball player, complete knucklehead, right?
Yep. Yep.
But an absolute basketball player. I mean, the kid can
Yep.
ball. He is a baller. He's what we call a hooper. He hoops. That's what Ja
Yep.
Morant does, right? And so if he can utilize the time that he's going to get, because he's going to get suspended, and I agree with you, it's probably going to be half the season. But if he can utilize that half a season to do two things, learn how to stay off of the ground, right? Because the kid just throws himself on the ground,
Yep.
and then learn how to play some fundamentals. Because the kid is a hooper, he's not a basketball player. Those are two totally different things. And people who watch basketball and understand basketball, they know the difference between a hooper and a basketball player. And so, if he can start to learn some better skills in terms of becoming a solid basketball player and learn to stay off of the ground, when he comes back, that kid is going to be in a different ball game. And I think so. Two things that I want to point out about the video that I made. Yeah, maybe the title was a little clickbaity, but I have purchased
It's
cards within the
YouTube. That's the
of
idea.
course. Yeah. But to my defense, I have bought cards already this past week. Dirt cheap. Like, they were listed at $70. I offered them $30 and they took it. Right? Like,
Wow.
so, exactly my point. And we're talking
Wow.
PSA 10 base prism jaw.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, not PSA 10, SGC 10.
Okay.
They had listed at $70. I offered them $30. They took it within like that, JD. That's happened 3 times already on cards that they have listed. One of the things that I really like that I have been very vocal about is Hoops premium stock.
Yep.
Which was only offered in 2019, 2020. I keep telling people that I feel like that is a very special set because it was only offered once. It was printed through the roof. But if you can get numbered cards of your favorite players, rookie sets for that card set, I think that's going to be a very special set that in the future we're going to look back at it and go, man, that was only printed one time. Like, there's it.
Yep.
That's it. There's no more. So I've
Which
been
is a
picking up.
great set. That's a great
It's a
set, by the
phenomenal
way.
set, by the way. Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. Completely agree.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that.
Yeah. And so I've been, and that subsequently Ja's rookie year, 2019, 2020, Zion's rookie year, 2019, 2020. And so I've made some, like, just, I'm almost embarrassed to make these offers to these people because I'm like lowballing the crap out of them. And they're taking these offers, JD. I mean, they're taking, like, they got cards sitting up there at $45, $50, and I'm making them $15, $20 offers, and they're taking them because they understand that, like, right now they're going to take whatever they can get for those cards because if they are not already, they're going to be worthless in the next 3 to 4 months, right? Nobody's going to be buying them, and they're trying to unload inventory.
When you say worthless,
when I say worthless, I'm talking $10, $15 when they probably spent $75 to $100. I mean, they're going to lose their shirts completely. They're trying to at least salvage a sleeve, right? And so, so that's my look right now. But another thing that I pointed out in that video was that the video was mainly about me making a case as to why I'm really considering buying his cards. Now, I have always loved Ja. I've always loved the way that kid plays. His cards were in another stratosphere when it came to the prices. So I wasn't even considering them, right? Wasn't even in my wheelhouse. But now those cards were already kind of coming down a little bit in price because of his first incident. And then but even still, they were in a range where I was kind of looking at them. I was like, okay, well, that $700 card is like $180 now. So that's interesting, right?
Yep.
But then all of a sudden he does the second knucklehead thing. And now everybody's like, oh no, this kid's a complete moron. He's about to ruin everything. Sell. I'll take whatever I can get for him. It's completely a fire sale on Ja right now. And so because of that, his prices came into not only a place where I felt comfortable buying them, but they came down to a level where I was like, okay, I'll throw 25, 30, 40 bucks at it. Like, I still think he's a phenomenal player. And none of what's in question with him has anything to do with his amazing physical abilities to play basketball. And so the video was primarily about that, where I'm saying, right. Yep. And in the video, I also said, hey, so, after I gave my dissertation of why I feel like Ja is still a viable, great basketball player, even though he's doing some knucklehead things out off the court. I said, that is why I'm now paying a lot of attention to what is the perfect time to strike on his prices. And I completely agree with you on your outlook of what that time frame is. But this is once again, JD, we're in a situation where those of us who are collectors are living the dream. because there's a lot of cards over the last 2 years that have been out of the radar because, guys like you and I, we got 100, 200, maybe $300 to spare on a monthly basis of, regular
Yep.
income that we get our little pocket money that we get from the wife that
Yeah.
she allows us to have,
Yep.
you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And this is
Yep.
what we do, right? So, you know, now there's going to be a lot more variety of stuff where guys like you and I can really go, man, I really like that guy. And his prices are low right now. And I'm going to buy him because I really like them. And so it is what it is.
So I think, you mentioned two things John needed to do, and they were basketball related.
Basketball
And
related.
I think that's, you're not wrong there and whatnot. But to me, the single biggest thing that this kid needs to do is not wave guns on Instagram,
Yeah.
on Facebook, whatever
Yeah.
the hell social media platform he's on. He's got to stop waving these guns
I think
because
we can
first
all
of
I think we
all,
can all agree with that.
I'm pretty sure I read an article or I saw something like the man's from the burbs. He's not from the hood.
Yeah, 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 he is.
Um, and when you try to portray a lifestyle like that, you and I were talking about this the other night a little bit. He's flashing Crip signs and
Oh,
whatnot
yeah,
when
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
banging threes. And some Crip gang leader or something did an
Call
interview
Yeah, called him
and
out.
was like, "Listen, bro,
Yeah, yeah, you gotta stop that.
you
Yeah.
you're treading on thin ice here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah.
us if you want to see what it's like,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
come
yeah.
get you and
We'll
show you
come
what
get
it's
you.
like."
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like
Yeah.
because you know I'm not from the hood. You're not. Well, you I think you are, and I
I
don't mean
am.
that in a bad way. But
I
like
am.
I didn't grow up with a lot of cash. I didn't certainly grow up. I grew up, like probably middle class, whatever,
Right.
like single mom,
Yeah.
lived with my grandma, like eating Cheerios and whatnot. Like it's not
Yeah.
like I was eating, goose eggs and caviar for breakfast. But like
Fogwa.
some of these guys, man, are growing up in a different life
Yeah.
that I don't think a lot of us can even. I can't comprehend it. So
Yeah.
when you want to portray that and your image is now you're this wannabe thug,
Yeah.
you're gonna get yourself in a world of trouble, right?
In a big
Because
world of
people are
trouble.
gonna come looking for you.
Yeah, so
Um,
there's two sides to that, right? There's the side that you just described, right? Where it's like, "Hey, man, you keep auditioning for the part, and we're gonna give it to you."
yeah,
Right? Like,
right.
and that's what he's doing, right? He's
Yep,
he's he's auditioning for a part to play a character that he's not, right?
yep,
And so that's gonna get him in a whole different world of trouble, right? Like you mentioned, I did grow up in the hood. I grew up in the
yep,
inner city, right?
yep.
So I know what that's all about, and he does not want to go there, right?
Right,
However, there's a whole nother side to it, right? That says here is another part that you have also auditioned for, which is a phenomenal basketball player and the future of the NBA and the future of Nike and the future of Powerade and the future of all of these brands that are going to give you the type of money that's going to change you and your family's life forever. And all you have to do is keep doing the one thing that you've been doing, which is playing phenomenal basketball. The
right.
type of basketball that got you in the position that you're in. And all you have to do is continue to work on your craft in that manner. If you can do that, you're set for life, right? But since you want to keep auditioning for this other part, then okay, we'll let you have that and we'll go give all of this to somebody else, right? And that's the other piece of what he's about to start losing. He's going to lose that.
And so that to me is the single biggest thing because to me the value of his cards will rebound off the fact he's going to come back and dunk and shoot threes and whatever,
Right.
and no one's going to care that he's not squaring up his shoulders to play defense, right?
Right.
Like that's not going to so that I'm trying to poo-poo your things real quick. um, the
No, but
biggest
yeah,
thing
yeah.
to me though is that public perception piece
Right.
because if and most of us do now think this kid is like this punk moron who's
Yeah.
like
Not
squandering his life away.
not making good
You're
choices.
not. Why are you going to spend even $20 on that? Right? It's
Yeah.
just not. It's
So that's a
just
good point.
not there for me.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's a good
and
point.
I look at I look at like this now. Normally, I would look at this and I would say, like you, I need to pay attention now because this could be a nice little buy low and then flip it
Mhm.
when he comes back. But he's such a fool. Like, I don't want my son seeing that on TV. And I know like a lot of us poo poo, like myself, you, a couple other people we know, like Lou, poo poo LeBron, like it's going out of style. But what has LeBron never,
Oh,
ever,
never.
ever, ever done?
Never.
See, because here's why, and I'm going to tell you why.
Because he understood
And
the assignment.
no, no, hang on, because this is stuff I actually know. So, like, I paid attention to basketball for a very long time. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Charles Barkley, whoever it was. Now, everybody has their flaws, right?
Right.
Gambling, women, drinking, whatever.
Right.
But whatever.
Right.
But they handed him the manual, and they said,
Yeah.
"Here you go, young fella.
Right.
If you wanna succeed in life, this is what you do."
Right.
And that man from straight out of high school read the book
Yeah.
from front to back, took notes, and that's why he's worth billions.
Took notes, had a good team around him,
Yep.
had his mother that was not playing any games. If
Right.
anything, so you say that he read the manual. His mom read the manual too,
Yeah, she did. Yeah, yeah.
right? On
Yep.
how to make sure
Yep.
that things
Yep.
take Steph Curry, for example, right?
Yep.
Steph
Read the
Curry
manual.
read the manual that his daddy gave him,
Yep.
right? People forget, right? Del
Yep.
Curry was the
Del
man
Curry.
before
Yeah,
Steph Curry was the man.
he was a 3-point
He
specialist,
was
my friend.
a
Yep.
beast, an absolute beast. So, yeah, I agree with you. So, I'll answer your question, right? You're saying, I don't even he's not even worth throwing $20 at.
And he's not.
And so my counter to so not my counter to that because I see where you would say that. And I can see where that's a viable way of thinking. However, the way I'm looking at it is that I feel like the NBA, Nike, and Powerade, and all these companies are way too invested in him.
No, Nike will cut him loose.
Well, maybe not Nike, yeah, but I think the NBA is really invested in him because
Eh,
because he JD, there is not another player in the NBA right now that plays basketball like John Morant, that does this high flying, exciting dunks after night after night after night, dunking on these big 7-footers and just this excitement of how he brings like basketball to the excitement that he brings to basketball right now. It's massive. And yes, he's done some pretty stupid stuff, but I think this
I
is
think
my
we can make it. This is good because we're gonna get some arguments now.
but I just think that
And I know what you're saying.
yeah, that if I think that the NBA feels like, okay, if we really clamp down on this kid right now and really like say, hey, listen, buddy, like we want you to be the face. You are an exciting basketball player to watch. We want you to do right. We want to help you get through this. We tried to leave you alone to do it on your own. You clearly didn't. Now we're going to step in and you're going to get this professionally. You're not going to do this
But
drive through.
how do you get that?
So, you mean how does the NBA do that?
How do you do that? How do you change? If what if he doesn't want to?
Well, so I mean that's the gamble, right? I mean the gamble is that he can give his little statement and say I'm sorry and all this other stuff, and then go back out tomorrow and end up in a strip club in Atlanta with an AK-47 in his hand, right? Like it could happen, right?
Right.
But
It could.
I would think that in this case, because the first time around the NBA didn't step in, right? Like I mean they suspended him for a couple games, but it really was. I mean, it was a slap on the wrist, basically, is what it was.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna come down with the hammer, right?
Yep.
And they are probably gonna bring in their people to make sure that he does go to counseling, that he does go to therapy, that he is constantly being watched and being
I
taken
feel
care of.
like he needs to have a conversation with like Larry Bird and Magic
Yeah,
and like Reggie Miller. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
somebody needs to sit this young cat down, Shaq or
But
whatever, and
you know who won't allow you know who won't allow that?
who?
His dad.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Yeah, his I've always said that his dad's been the issue from the beginning, but
So I don't know anything about that. What's the problem with his dad?
well, so his dad's if I remember reading correctly,
Is
uh,
his dad the one that almost got in a fight with Shannon Sharp?
yes,
All
yes,
right, so he's off. There's zero credibility right there.
yeah,
Shannon Sharp is massive.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Who in their right mind
I'm not squaring up to Shannon Sharp
ever?
ever. But so well, and I'll just kind of leave everybody with this, and we'll kind of wrap it up. But he if I'm not mistaken, he's a had a past, did his time, and is kind of still in that life a little bit
Okay.
with the people. So there's still some,
Okay.
and
That's
that's where
interesting.
a lot of it's coming from. Like
Okay.
his that's where Ja gets around all of it, right?
Okay. All
That's where
right.
he's
Well, I
still
see. I didn't
exposed
know
to
that. I
it.
just learned something from you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because his dad did some time, had a past, did some time, and then I believe, rehabilitated, came out, and I think he started a couple barbershops and stuff like that,
All
relatively
right. Yep.
successful.
Yep.
And then that's the environment that Ja was raised in, right? Is like upper middle class, good home, good
Yep.
school, da da da, this, that, and other, because his dad turned his life around and
Yep.
turned the frown upside down, right? But he still had some ties to some of that, right? The people that he was still hanging around, maybe some of his friends from the
Yep.
back in the day, from the old block, and there was still some of that mix there. And then you can't forget about the fact that he was still in Memphis, right? I mean, if you know anything about
That's
Memphis, you know,
yeah. We
just
hear it
watch
from
the
Lou.
first
Yeah.
48,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Every other episode on the first 48
Yeah.
is
Is in
in
Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that just gives you a small idea of what Memphis is
Yep.
about. Like there's people out in Memphis, and that's why what you were talking about earlier about how somebody that's gonna like come check your card. There's some guys in Memphis that'll come check your card, right? I
That's what
mean,
I'm saying. So
yeah,
like, that's why. That's why to me,
that's
even
why for you,
twenty
you're out.
dollars,
Yeah, yeah,
even
you're
twenty
out. No,
dollars is,
I'm with you.
you
I'm with
know.
you.
All right. Before we end this, because we had part two of this. So let's move to some positivity. Right. Victor
Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama. Right.
What are your thoughts on him? Just what is your gut thought on him right off the bat? Is he
So
is he is he gonna live up to the hype, or is he gonna flop?
here's the thing. I actually went above and beyond what I would normally do of talking out my ass, and I went and watched a lot of game tape.
Me
Like
too.
I was on YouTube. I was watching everything and anything. Right.
Yep. Same here.
The blocking shots doesn't impress me. You're
Me
seven
neither.
five. You should be doing that
You
regardless.
exactly.
Rebounding,
You should be
you should be
blocking them with
doing
your
that.
forehead. Yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So defensively, whatever. But then I said to myself, 7'5", 87 pounds. So like uh Steven Adams is going to give this kid a dead leg and snap his leg in half, and it's
100%.
it's over for him. But that was my initial thought, right? Something like that. Then I started watching the man play offense or the kid play offense.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm intrigued, like intrigued.
Yeah.
To be 7'5"
Yeah.
and have handle,
And a
shoot a
shot.
legit jump shot,
Yeah.
be able to run the floor. Now, here's what I think. This is my initial thing. This is going to be 1992 Shaquille O'Neal coming in the NBA type stuff.
Right.
LeBron, whoever, right? This is going to be hype city like
Mhm.
we haven't seen in 20 years.
And
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm ready for it.
But
I'm ready for the hype show.
the one thing I will say, because there's not a comparison. Anybody you think of that's 7'5" or whatever, Yao Ming,
Yeah.
Sean Bradley,
I think he's gonna
uh,
be a taller Giannis.
he could be,
Yeah.
right? But
Mhm.
you think of the big guys that you try to compare him to, they were all goofy
Yeah.
and they didn't last.
Yeah.
But so the difference is this kid can play.
Right.
Now, then you got to think of this anatomically.
Yeah.
7'5",
He's
200
7'5",
pounds,
200 pounds. Yeah. 210, I think, something like that. Yeah.
genetically, you know, joints, things like that. Like
Yeah.
I
Frail,
think
gangly.
I think this is there's going to be hype. If you pull one of his cards, I think you sell it immediately.
Immediately.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a 5-year window on this kid. And if he makes it
100%.
past 5 years without injuries starting to creep in and whatnot, I'd be shocked.
Me too.
Shocked. I
I
think he
so
has 1 year or 2 years of like, damn. And then I think something happens. He rolls an ankle or because when you're that big
yes.
and you're moving like that, it's
Yeah.
just simple science, right?
Yeah.
Biomechanics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It,
Yeah,
it
simple
it's
physics is what it is, right?
it's bound to something to go wrong.
Yeah.
So that's what worries me. So people are going to pay insane amount of money for these
Ridiculous money.
cards,
They're already
and
comparing him to LeBron.
yeah, you can't do that. You
You can't do
can't.
that.
You can't. That's unfair. That's
Yeah.
unfair. He's not going to be LeBron.
No.
I'm telling you right now, 100% confidence, he will not be LeBron James.
So
Not even, not even close. And
you
LeBron
did
James was not Michael Jordan.
exactly.
LeBron James was not Kobe Bryant.
Right.
LeBron James is LeBron James.
That's
Like
right.
he's going down as one of the GOATs. He is
Yeah.
one
He's
of the
top 5,
GOATs.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Wembanyamas, I don't know, but
yeah.
I'm so intrigued by this kid now because I didn't know all this stuff. Like his offensive game, it's impressive. Like it's like, wow, man, this is pretty cool. Like
so all of that, I agree with you on all of that. I think your assessment is about as spot on as mine. So,
and we're NBA scouts, so
yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, I could have been in the big leagues, but I decided not to. Right?
I wonder if SGC would authenticate our opinions.
they won't authenticate it because it's not pre authorized or authenticated by a manufacturer. So so here's my thing. I agree with everything you said. I think the kid is coming in with a lot of intangibles that are very intriguing, right? Runs the floor like nobody's business. Great perimeter shooter. He's tall, but he's lanky and he's a little light in the pants, as we say down here, right? And so when it comes to banging out in the paint for a block or banging out in the paint for a rebound, he's going to have some trouble at 210 pounds, 7'5". It's going to be an issue, right? I too also believe that if he is not injured within the first 3 years, it's going to be a miracle.
Modern miracle.
and I'm thinking the part that concerns me the most are going to be his feet.
Yes,
A
agreed.
la
Same
Yao
thing.
Ming.
Yes.
Right? Big, long, strong kid with a size 17 foot, right? You're talking it's a breeding ground for microfractures in the feet, right? So we'll pause there, right? But what made him even more intriguing was this past Wednesday when the Spurs landed the number 1 draft pick. So we're talking about an organization that is
known for grooming big men.
Not only known for grooming big men, but known for grooming international players.
Yep, that
right?
too.
The last two, who were the last 2 first-round draft picks for the San Antonio Spurs? It was Tim Duncan.
Parker and Tim Duncan, right?
Tim Duncan.
Ginobili and Duncan.
It's Tim Duncan. Well, first-round picks, like first draft pick. Number 1 draft pick was David Robinson.
Oh yeah, and then Tim Duncan. Right. Oh, you're talking number 1 pick. Sorry.
Number 1 picks. Yeah.
First round.
Number 1 picks.
Yep.
Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Yep.
Both of them, as we can both agree, Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Big men.
Studs.
Right?
Studs.
Then on top of that, you got Greg Popovich.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, like he could not have landed in a better place for the development of his career. What's going to be what's going to be the game changer for Victor is going to be whether or not Popovich is going to decide to go with the NBA's agenda of getting him out there and becoming a star as quick as possible, or grooming him to become a star when the time is right. Because the time for him is not going to be his rookie year. It's not going to be his sophomore year. And it's not going to be his 3rd year. That kid is maybe 40 pounds of lean muscle away from being a phenomenal basketball player. And the question is whether or not they're going to allow him to not only develop his basketball game, his body, but also develop his confidence. Because if you throw him out there his rookie year with the dogs, with the Bam Adebayos of the world, with the Steven Adams of the world, with with the Sabonis kids. Like, he's not gonna make it. He's just not gonna
Even
make it.
dude, even like Draymond Green and Marcus Smart are gonna D him up and snap him in half.
Look what Rui Hachimura is doing against
Right,
Jokic right now.
right,
He's holding his own. You mean to tell
right,
me he's not gonna throw that guy around?
right.
Like, come on, you know?
But now on the flip side of that, he's not a center necessarily.
No, he's not.
He's a wing.
He's a wing, right? Exactly.
So I look at it now and I say, okay, like Jaylen Brown, he's gonna have his hands full. He's
Yeah.
6'8", 6'9", whatever. 6'6", I don't know, whatever, 6'6" to 6'8",
I'll tell you
right?
what though,
Dude's
I'll be looking for one of his cards.
Oh, I would too, because I
Yeah.
think if you pull one, it's a hell
To
of a
pull
flip.
one. Yeah, I'm not buying.
It's
I'm
a
not
pull.
buying
I'm
them.
not buying one.
I'm not
No,
buying gray mark.
nope.
Yeah.
I also saw today, like a little like kind of thing. You think the Spurs entertained trading him,
No,
that
no,
pick?
no. You know why? And we'll get into this on at another day. Maybe this is something you and I argue about offline. I think that number 1 Spurs draft pick lottery ball was rigged.
No, I don't disagree.
There's just
I don't
no way that
disagree.
he landed in the most perfect spot for a big man like that.
Yeah,
But then again, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so
yeah, you are.
I like that
You
kind of
are.
stuff.
All right. Well, we'll end there on Victor.
Yeah,
We can. I'm sure we're certainly going to talk more about him as
yeah.
the draft comes here in a month, and Bowman U cards are out there,
Bowman U is out right now.
yep, yep.
Yeah, that's gonna
I
be
got to
good.
get that in card hedge so we can have some data to.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be
I'll,
good. Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do that tonight. I'll do that tonight.
Sounds good. All right, buddy.
So,
Always a blast,
all right,
man.
my
Thank you
man.
guys for watching. We really appreciate it. Please remember to comment, subscribe, and leave us a review on the podcast. And
Yes.
also download the Card Hedge app and try it out and leave us a review. Good, bad, or indifferent. Either way it goes, we'll love it. We'll take it. And we'll catch you guys on next week's episode. Love y'all. Peace.